Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you can play a song called Summer Love by One Direction. And we end up capoing this on 2nd fret to kind of match the recording, but walk through a couple things in root position. And it starts off with some really cool arpeggio licks around some chords. And we start on a D major chord. Normally you do this first finger on the G 2nd fret, second finger on the high E 2nd fret, and third finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord and it sounds really happy. Now around Ds in general, you may want to think about lifting the 2nd finger. Always a dangerous finger lift, but that makes it D suspended 2nd. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd for the D suspended chord and kind of say some stuff around that chord. And you hear this cool little arpeggio lick actually around the D, and you may want to try this fingerstyle. You could also find some ways to do this with the pick. But around the D sus2, without the 2nd finger, you kind of start D, G, D, B, and then G, B, E. It's kind of like a little broken idea. D, G, D, B, D, G, B, E, D, G, D, B, D, G, B, E, kind of around that chord. So you may want to kind of play around with that. And I'm kind of lining up my fingers. I'm using my thumb for my bass player and kind of using my index middle ring, kind of index on the G string, middle finger on the B string, ring finger on the high E string. So it's almost like a division of labor. Each finger kind of gets a string to play. So I'm kind of going thumb, index, thumb, index, middle, ring. So you may want to kind of play around with that as a fingerstyle idea. And then from the D, we'd be going to an A major chord. I normally do this first finger on the D 2nd fret, second finger on the G 2nd, third finger on the B 2nd fret. Big party on the 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A major chord and it sounds really happy. Now around A's in general, you may want to think about lifting the 3rd finger and making that an A sus2, or adding in the pinky on the B string 3rd for an A suspended chord. Or there are definitely parts through the tune where you may want to think about using an A7 sus, by doing first finger on the D 2nd, second finger on the G 2nd, third finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. It sounds slightly unresolved, but you may want to dig on that for the A major. Or you'll definitely hear the A string on the 3rd fret, C sharp note, kind of come out of the A major. And so what you may want to do is kind of take your first finger, and you can even work this as kind of a bar over the D, G, and B string to get the 3rd or the 4th finger to the A string 4th fret. Kind of an A / C sharp, or an A major with a C sharp in the bass on that. Or if you're kind of following that arpeggio, you may want to kind of dig on working just the 2nd finger, 2nd fret on the G string, 3rd fret on the B string, kind of like the D sus, but then adding in the 4th fret on the A string. So I got first finger on the G 2nd, second finger on the B 3rd, 3rd or 4th finger on the A string on the 4th fret. And you can almost work that same arpeggio, actually kind of working the A string, G string, D string, B string, and then the kind of that A, G, B, E. So my thumb is kind of covering the A string, and I'm going thumb, index, thumb on the D, middle for the B string, and then thumb, index, middle, ring. So A, G, D, B, A, G, B, E. You kind of dig on that for that arpeggio part. And then from there we'd be going to a B minor chord. And normally you do this as a 2nd fret bar, 2nd finger on the B 3rd, 3rd finger on the D 4th, pinky on the G 4th. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a B minor chord and it sounds really sad. And you may also dig on lifting off the pinky, which makes that a B minor 7. Or another way to play B minor 7 would be doing first finger on the A 2nd, second finger on the G 2nd, 3rd finger on the high E 2nd fret. If you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a B minor 7. Or another possibility, especially if you're digging on the A7 sus, you can do first on the A 2nd, second finger on the G 2nd, 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. I mean, kind of another cool way to work the B minor. Or you could even lift off the pinky and make that a B minor 11. And the arpeggio on that part, it almost kind of feels like we'd be working off the bar idea. And you'd be kind of working the A, G, D, B string. So now I'm kind of taking index, middle, ring and shifting them down for the D, G, and B string. Thumb's kind of covering the A string. And then I'm going A, G, D, B, A, and then G, B, and then open E. So kind of lifting off at the end of that. So 2, 4, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, oh. So there's a finger shift actually. I'm kind of starting off on the D, G, and B with the index, middle, ring, shifting them to the G, B, E for the end of the lick. So I know that's a little weird. A, G, D, B, A, G, B, E, kind of around the B minor, kind of lifting off the bar at the very end of that. Can be a very, very cool B minor lick. And then from there we'd be going to a G major chord. And normally you do this first finger on the A second, second finger on the low E third, and third finger on the high E third. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord and it sounds really happy. Now you may also dig on putting 3 on the B string third, pinky on the high E third. That's another way you can kind of work your G major. And if you're digging on that lick through the tune, on this part you kind of start low E, open G, open D, third fret on the B string, which is kind of part of that chord we were talking about, and then third fret on the low E, and then you could go second fret on the high E string as kind of a pull off to the open E. So that's a little weird. I'm getting my first finger to kind of cover that note. Get the pull off, and then going third fret on the B string. So you're going low E, G, D, B, low E, 2, pull off the open, 3 on the B. So if you're digging on kind of those licks through the tune, you got kind of that D idea, A/C sharp idea, B minor idea, and then the G idea, which can be kind of cool just to kind of try and follow those licks. I know those can be kind of tricky to kind of practice through, so you want to take that really slow, kind of pause the tab, and there are lots of solutions as to what finger is going to do what. So you might want to play around with that. Or you could just strum through those chords by using a strum pattern. And you could even just work kind of an 8 down count on each chord. Kind of 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, A/C sharp, B minor, G. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the D and just tried that a lot. You have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So we tried that through the intro progression. You have B/C sharp, B minor, G, D, A/C sharp, B minor, G. From that intro we go into our verse part. We repeat that same progression twice, and then we kind of backtrack to our A major, another A, but then we go to an E minor chord. And normally you do this first finger on the A second, second finger on the D second, and if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord and it sounds really sad. Now you may also dig on adding in the third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, working that as an E minor 7. And then we'd be going back to our A chord, or A, and then we'd be going to a G major chord at the very end of our verse. So if you're kind of digging on that with the strum pattern, we could try that with the down, down, up, up, down, up. And then you have the D, A, B minor, G, D, A, B minor, G, back to A, E minor, and more A, and our G, and then from there we'd be going into our chorus part. And our chorus starts off on the D major, but then we go to an A minor chord, so now A gets sad. Now you could use the A7 sus and just not worry about that change. Or normally you play A minor with first finger on the B first fret, second finger on the D second, third finger on the G second, and if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord and it sounds really sad. Now around the A minor in general, you may want to think about lifting 1 and kind of making that an A sus 2, or you could add in the pinky on the B third for an A suspended chord, or you could lift off the third finger for an A minor 7, or add in the pinky on the high E third for an A minor 7. And then from the A minor, we'd be going to a C major chord. I normally do this first finger on the B first fret, second finger on the D second fret, third finger on the A third fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord and it sounds really happy. Now around C's in general, you may want to think about lifting the first finger and making that a C major 7. Or you could add in the pinky on the B third for the C major 9 and kind of say some stuff around the C chord. Or another way to play C major 9 is to do first finger on the D second, second finger on the A third, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high third, kind of work out for the C. And that might make it a little bit easier if you're using an A7 sus to the C chord, to the G chord through the chorus. So through that whole chorus that way, you'd have the D, A minor, C, G, or you could use the strum pattern. There we'll be kind of mixing up those parts through the song. Now the weird part is to play along with One Direction, instead of starting on a D major chord, at least the video that I listened to, I think there's some pitch shifted videos, and I'm hoping this is the one. It sounded like it was the right one. It's kind of working off an E major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and you could take the capo and put it on 2nd fret, and now your D is really an E major chord, the A major is really a B major chord, your B minor is really a C sharp minor, and your G is really an A major chord, and the A minor is really a B minor chord, and the C is really a D major chord. But to take it from the very beginning, you could kind of work just those intro licks, actually kind of that D idea, and then the A/C sharp, B minor, and then the G, D, A/C sharp, B minor, work any of those strumming options, kind of D, A, B minor, G, or you could work the strum pattern, D, A, B minor, G, or something else that I like to add to a song like this too is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you can throw a bass note in for the chord. So on the D, you'd have the D for the bass. On the A, you'd have the A for the bass. On the A/C sharp, you'd have the A for the bass. On the B minor, you'd have the A for the bass. On the G, you'd have Louis for the bass. On the E minor, you'd have Louis for the bass. On the A minor, you'd have the A for the bass. And on the C, you'd have the A for the bass. So you may kind of dig on working that as a bass, down, up, down, up. Kind of D. Idea through our first verse, and have our D, A/C sharp, B minor, G, D, A, B minor, G, A, part. So we tried our chorus that way. We have the D, A minor, C, G, D, A minor, C, G, D, A minor, G, our next verse. Now one other thing, if you're kind of digging on the fingerstyle, especially for the intro, you may want to kind of find an arpeggio or a broken way of kind of using the fingers to kind of work through the song that way. And you could even go kind of thumb, index, and then, wow, there's so many ways to do this, but thumb, index, middle, ring can be a cool way to start. If you're kind of interested in fingerstyle, kind of going straight through thumb for the bass, index on the G, middle on the B, ring finger on the high E string. And if you kind of did that twice, that would kind of fill the time for each of the chords. So you have the D, A, E minor, G. So my thumb is kind of moving to follow the bass notes, and I'm just kind of locking in the index middle ring on the G, B, and E. Chorus. We have the D, A minor, C, G, D, A minor, C, G, D, A minor, G, there, then we'll be going into our bridge part. And you could do that as just a bass, down, up, kind of that A with an A bass, A minor, and G, Or if you're doing on that fingerstyle way, then you can work the A. Into our last chorus part. So D, A minor, C, G, D, A minor, C, G. There's lots of other ways to kind of mix that up too. You know, if you feel some other arpeggios kind of would be cooler to work through, you know, feel free to kind of take this lesson and run with it any way you want to. A minor G D phrase 3 times. G, D, then we got a D, A minor, and then kind of a big C chord at the very, very end. And I think part of me would really want to end on a big D chord. But that's the basics of how you could strum through and kind of fingerstyle through Summer Love by One Direction. So good luck!